Hello and welcome to another edition of 3 a.m. with myself, your host, Acid Strain. Tonight we're missing one of our panel members, Pyro, but he's here in spirit.
Aww.
We still got Lightning, though. Ladies and gentlemen, Lightning.
Hello, interwebs.
Alright, well, tonight, it's probably a good thing it's just Lightning, because our topic for tonight is actually something that goes way, way back.
Back in time.
Back in time, and that me and Lightning are pretty superb on, and that is actually the origins of this podcast.
Alright, so our origin, let's go back a lot further than the podcast.
Right?
Me and Acid Strain have actually been pretty good friends ever since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pretty much the new kid, so we pretty much became friends instantly. But what I thought it was interesting is that after a couple years, we still kept in touch. Me going to a different town and all. But our podcast all started where we were always having these weird discussions between government and then college and what we were gonna do. And it was a good kind of fantasy kind of thing where you just kind of wished things would happen and go well in the future, which now we're in present day. And digressing from the main point, this whole thing started from just us having conversations late at night where we were awake, where everyone's like, hey, summer vacation, insomnia's taking over, whatever. And pretty much we couldn't sleep, ending up being tired, brought us to conversations, really in-depth conversations. And so our conversations either started at 12 and kept going until 3 a.m. And it was funny because, 3 a.m. is always a time that people are still awake and they have nothing better to do. So, and that's kind of how we got started, and how we, as 3 a.m. crew and all, this is how we got started, just being bored, just talking about stuff between good friends.
Yeah, and something that's definitely worth bringing up is I remember the legendary phone conversation that started this was you approached me, and if I remember correctly, the conversation went a little rather than just talk about this, we should put up a video series and call it 3 a.m. or something like that. And I was pretty accepting of this, but the one problem with a video series is always schlepping to each other's house. And something to mention about this series is we do this over conference call, and it's something that's a little more casual than going over people's houses and getting...
In a way, it's more convenient, too.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's more convenient, and it definitely makes it a lot more accessible than just, okay, Wednesday night, we're going to drive over to Lightning's house with the video equipment and or Pyro's house or whoever. Because something about us is we don't exactly live too close to each other. I mean, decent enough distance,
I agree with Acid here that, we really do not live that close. I mean, it'd be so much easier if we did, but otherwise, it's amazing what technology can do now, that you can be pretty much halfway across the world and you can still have a good conference call. I mean, for all I'm going off to college, so when it comes down to it, I'm going to be hearing it, because it's actually good that Wednesdays we actually do this podcast, because the way I scheduled my classes,
You're gonna be here for season 2?
I just might. I have to download some stuff on my other computer, but I definitely can say that I could probably make season 2 a little more of a challenge. Well, depending on how well my schoolwork goes.
Well, that's great. If not as a permanent panel member, we'd like to have you as a guest. Obviously you're welcome. You're one of the brains behind this, obviously, along with myself. And it'd be nice.
Oh yeah, but it is definitely something. Between the whole friendship, the podcast, and all. I mean, our lives have really progressed.
Yeah,
from
it's definitely
middle school.
It's train keeps a rolling,
Yeah, I mean, we used to have the dumbest conversations back in school. I mean, for all the people who are listening, list in the comments, what is your most interesting story you have ever shared or ever had with somebody in your school? Tell us about it, and we might actually just go over a few stories. Acid, do you remember any of our weird conversations?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Middle school feels like it's only a few years. Oh wait.
What?
Derp.
You're
But,
thinking backwards, aren't you? You can't play the Song of Time here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, granted, okay, everyone probably out there, all the nerds are probably gonna say like, that's not a real thing. But we did have this old thing way back when where they had this show called Naruto on.
Oh God. This.
All those like hand signs. Everyone's like, everyone's being funny and all that stuff. And Acid and I, we actually got into like watching this like little YouTube series. And what was great is that when I started doing hand signs, every single time I met with him, I used to scream on the top of my lungs like some random phrase, and he started freaking out laughing. So I thought it was fun because it made middle school and life just that much more interesting.
Needless to say, the Jack Black dubbing. But progressing from that, I want to talk about, because we're talking about season 2. The finale is coming up, and I know this has seemed like a short season, but the reason that is because it's sort of like a mini series for now. The real season is season 2, and this season's purposely for testing to see how many people like this, getting the kinks out of recording and audio editing and such like that. But finale's coming next week, actually, which is really crazy, and I've been informed that Lightning, you're not going to be able to make that, are you?
Probably not. I mean, after all, going to college and packing up and stuff. I mean, granted, I've yet to even do my summer assignment for college, and procrastination. Woo!
Yeah.
And I have to pack up my room, which I'm very sad about because I have a lot of nice posters and I don't want to move them.
Yeah, I understand. We're trying to get you on, but if we can't, you're there in spirit.
If anything, you guys can call me from down there. If anything, just put me on like a phone or anything.
Yeah, we'll try to. If not, we'll try to make you a cameo appearance. But building hype for the finale, a friend of mine is doing a mini series about haunted places all over the state of New Jersey, which we are from, and the finale of this first season is going to be a joint production between me and him, and we're gonna stream it from, well, not stream it, but we're gonna record it from the Tunnels to Hell in Clifton, New Jersey. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's a bunch of drainage pipes where like Luciferian cults would go, and it's gonna be a really, really interesting finale. And I figure we do something like that special to break up the season. But that's next week, which I think is crazy. This went by really fast.
Yep, stay tuned for season 2, guys, because we have a lot more weird stuff to go on, and of course there are a lot of things that will be coming out soon. I mean, actually recently I just read an article about the new quote-unquote newest game station going to be on the market.
The Oya or whatever?
The Oya. Well, however you say it, you guys can, figure out how to say it. It's Ouya. It's a very interesting little product. It kind of reminds me of like the.
I'm gonna have to stop you. We're running out of time.
Oh.
If you can't get on the next episode, it's been an honor, a pleasure to have you on this podcast as a panel member. Like, really.
Thank you.
No, thank you for your constant, being there, support. You're definitely a wonderful addition to this. And I have to close this episode with a question, because that's what we do all the time. For season 2, what would you like to see? Would you like to see random crap flying across the screen? Because we sure as hell know that a picture is just boring. Anyway, this has been Acid Strain with Lightning, my co-panel member. Hello, Lightning. Pyro couldn't make it tonight, which we're disappointed in, but it's okay, because there's always next time. It's been 3 a.m., 1 week from the finale, and I gotta say, it's been a good run so far, so let's see how it goes. Have a good night.